run a rubber band through that fistula and then tie it off. Another possibility is the fistula doesn't exit and it just goes straight into your glutes. So this is why the doctor's like, I need to see. And at the same time, he's going to give me a flexible sigmoidoscopy. I love having exploratory surgery on my rectum. That sounds like a dream. They're going to go in, look, see what happens. See if there's a fistula to run a seat through it.
Good afternoon, everyone. I don't know why I have to double check if it's good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, because it's not like you guys are gonna know, let's be honest. So let's get started on today's vlog. I am stressed out of my mind. Today has not been easy. If you guys have not seen our part 1, part 2, part 3 of Paul's Crohn's disease update and what has been going on these past couple of months, definitely check that out because there's so much information and it makes sense to why he's getting a surgery today. So before we start, let me just tell you how our day has been since 12 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, I know.
I was on a mission to make today as smooth and easy for Paul, you know, have him all rested, you know, taking it easy, mentally focusing on the surgery. Sadly, baby Sushi had a totally different plan for us. We put her down and she's so easy to go down. I mean, she sleeps throughout the night. She's a princess. I mean, we get our sleep, thankfully, because of her and our parenting style. Like, she sleeps throughout the night. She's been like that since like 3 months, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people come to us and like, oh, you must be exhausted. Actually, we're not. We actually get a lot of sleep
because we have
throughout
time,
the night.
We have time for ourselves. She goes down around like 7, so we have a solid 2 or 3 hours to watch TV, play video games, sleep, cook, eat, relax. Do, you know,
spend quality time together.
Do some self-care for each other, and we just hang out and just decompress from you know, having a screaming newborn. You know what I mean? Even though she doesn't scream.
Yeah, honestly.
But, you know, it's good to have that downtime for both us as a couple and then also us individually. Like, I can play video games for like an hour and just de-stress and hang out. She's given that to us since 3 months, and that has truly helped us.
Yeah, so her bedtime's at 7. Then she doesn't wake back up until like 3, 4 in the morning. We feed her, she goes back down, and then she doesn't wake back up again till 7 in the morning. Like, that is how our nights are. Last night was the very first night it was not happening. I put her down. She was doing great up until 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning, she wakes up. She's very playful, which sometimes she wakes up playful, but once I give her milk, she knocks out. She was not having it. Once I gave her milk, she's like, after she was done, she just started screaming like, ah!
But like in a playful way.
I was like, oh my god, like, you need to go down. And she wasn't having it. You know, I was trying to give Paul his like rest, like, take it easy, I have her, I need you to focus on your surgery. She was like that until like 5 in the morning.
Yep.
We put on TV for her, try to mellow her out, play with her, not having it. 5 in the morning, she finally went back down. I was happy. I was like, yes. I fell back asleep. How long was she sleeping for?
20 minutes tops.
When she started like screaming, ready to play again after her mini power nap, I looked at Paul, I was like, I can't right now, I need my sleep. Once again, we've been doing this since 3 months. We are kind of accustomed
to sleeping now.
Yeah, to getting a good night's rest. So when she acts like this, we are not built for it.
It throws us off a little bit.
Horribly. I don't know about him. A little bit, no, horribly for me.
Because don't get me wrong, when she was a newborn, I was waking up every 2 hours.
Yeah.
And, you know, for the first like 2 weeks, if I got an hour of sleep in between sessions, it was too much. And that's normal, and I knew that going in. But I got really used to it really fast.
Yeah.
So I would wake up and, oh, cool, next round. Like, I just didn't care at that point, you know,
So after that, like, I kind of was like, Paul, I can't. Like, I've already been up for so long. I haven't slept enough. So then Paul stepped in, you know, was cuddling her, giving her love, watching TV. That was like about an hour you were doing that, give or take.
Yeah, just about, yeah.
And then she was nodding off, and then at like 7 in the morning she woke up and she was like, let's play, let's do this, let's go. So that was our morning. Thankfully, you know, we went to Paul's mom, who is always willing to take the baby, and she's like, give her to me, I'm okay with waking up at 7 in the morning, and took care of her. So we were able to go back to sleep and sleep in until 9:30, and I had to wake up. My breasts were engorged, they were painful, but since I had a horrible night, I was very stressed, and my milk does not want to come out. I mean, it is fighting me, and it took a mental toll on me. Like before maybe 12 in the afternoon, I had like maybe 2 mental breakdowns. I was like, I can't put her up for adoption, anything. So that was our morning, and I was very frustrated because I wanted everything to go smoothly. I wanted Paul, to focus on his surgery, relax, take it easy, but Sushi had other plans for us, and
I feel brain dead, like
horribly brain dead. Me and Paul are accustomed to her sleep schedule and sleeping a certain amount of hours, and when she does this, she throws us off for a loop, and it's not easy. So now we are on our way to the surgery. Paul, tell them all the research you have done.
I like to be well versed on possibilities, stuff like that.
Well versed. He's the type of guy that you're going into a surgery, he will show you a video of what they're gonna do.
It's weird for me. That's a coping mechanism that I do, that I can understand what's gonna happen, so it's not
shocking.
Exactly. Some people don't want to know at all, like, you know, when they're doing your appendix and they're literally like pushing down on you and your belly. If I look at that, I like go, okay, cool. I know that I know what I'm in for, kind of. So
who else does that? Anybody else? Because it's just weird that Paul does that.
I do it because, like I said, it's a coping mechanism. It helps me feel better, kind of. What ended up happening is I did some research, and when we spoke to the surgeon in his office, he told us, I have an idea of what's going to happen, but he will not know for sure, obviously, until he actually goes in and sees with his own eyes. So what he thinks it is if it's an anal fistula, that, you know, from the rectum, it's a little canal that bridges off and then comes back into the rectum. What happens is he can run a rubber band through that fistula and then tie it off. Now, it sounds kind of counterintuitive that you're holding this wound open, but what it does is it allows everything to drain properly, and with antibiotics, I should not have any problems because everything is constantly just draining out, and I wouldn't have this pain. Another possibility is the fistula doesn't exit and it just goes straight into your glutes, and if that it is, there's different things that can happen. If there's an abscess, they have to drain the abscess. Thankfully, on the MRI, I don't show any abscess at all, thankfully. And at that point, I don't know what he would do, but I know that there is a possibility of sealing it with like a glue, per se, it's basically permanent. So that is another possibility. And then if it's a fissure, which is like a tear, which I guarantee you I have, because again, Crohn's disease, going to the bathroom multiple times, that can happen. So what he'll do for that, I don't know. There's multiple methods of treatment. It just depends on the surgeon and the severity of the situation. So this is why the doctor's like, I need to see. And at the same time, he's going to give me a flexible sigmoidoscopy. So not a colonoscopy where they go all through the entire colon, but just up to the sigmoid colon and see like the descending part. They can see it from the bottom. And hopefully, I am very, very hopeful that they tell me, hey, your severe inflammation, it's going down. Your blockage is no longer a severe blockage. You're getting better. That is what I am genuinely hoping for, because if that's the case, you will see me cry of happiness.
As you guys could tell, this is an emotional day.
Oh yeah.
And we are somewhat going in blind. We don't know what's going to happen. You know, the surgeon did say he could be doing one thing, but then depending on how Paul looks down there, he could be doing another thing. So it's
kind of explorative.
Yeah,
kind of. You know, the doctor has an idea of what's going to happen, but you know, it's kind of like, we'll see.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of an emotional toll on both of us, but definitely mainly on Paul. You know, I'm here as his caretaker. I'm going to help him in any way possible.
I am trying to hold it together.
Paul is taking on so much, but for some reason I feel equally invested, of course, because he's my husband.
You're my wife, yeah.
And I want to cry so badly. Like I said, I already had 2 mental breakdowns. I'm about to have another one. It's not easy. It's not easy. A lot of people out there, you know, think what we go through is easy. We have to be mentally strong.
Or that we like doing this.
Yeah. Like, we love this. This is our lives. How it was like.
I love having exploratory surgery on my rectum. That sounds like a dream.
Yeah, so guys, let's head off to the hospital. And we're going to take you along for this journey. Once again, this is all to spread awareness. You know, we know some people out there may be going through this as well, emotionally, physically, and guess what? You're not alone. We're in this with you guys. We're all in this together. We have to be there for one another. Us spoonies got each other's backs. So guys, I'm a little brain dead. Paul is like explaining this common sense things that I should know, and I'm so out of it, so exhausted.
I'm explaining to her, hey, this is how we park, this is where we go, this is where you gotta go, and she's like, why the hell is she? I was like, babe, I'm gonna have surgery in a few hours. I'm not gonna walk all of this to get to the damn car.
I was like, oh, good point. Oh wow, thanks for explaining it to me. Today is just not my day, let's be honest, guys.
She's waiting for love to be realized. I'll send her my heart covered as a gift, and hope that you'll take it into her side. La, 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 la.
So Paul's getting called back right now, so
I'm scared.
you're gonna do fine. I'm scared.
Go.
See you soon. I'll be here.
Like I was saying, the doctor came by, said the procedure is going to be about 10 minutes or so. What's going to happen is that they're going to go in, look, see what happens, see if there's a fistula to run a seton through it. If there is no fistula, then they can run it through, whatever. If there's an abscess, which they didn't see one on the MRI, but they may possibly see it, That will be the only time they have to make a new cut, per se, to drain it. And then, what was it? If there's just fissures and stuff like that, like just tearing, which is to be expected with me with my Crohn's, that there's nothing to do, just heal it with medicine.
Let it heal, yeah.
Medication, like antibiotics, this, that, the other, whatever, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, yeah, and I was not expecting the heavier sedation.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're expecting like Twilight,
I was expecting something like the colonoscopy. They said it's not full general, but it's a little bit heavier to knock you the hell out.
Yeah.
It's only for 10 minutes, so fine, but it's cool.
Good.
Yep, fun stuff.
I'm gonna go see Paul now. This is what it means to be a caretaker, guys. Alrighty, guys, so I saw Paul. I'm right now getting in the car. I'm running around like a chicken without its head. A beautiful chicken without its head. And honestly, we got here, oh my God. We got here like around 1:30. As you guys can see, it's dark. It is like 7:30. I really haven't used the bathroom because I've just been waiting on an update on Paul. And my whole body hurts. So guys, I think this is where we end it. I gotta focus on Paul, taking care of him, and it's a lot, but we'll tell you more tomorrow while he's recovering. So guys, for now, adieu, goodbye.